have finally got our first signing of this summer window. Newcastle United have finally agreed a deal with French side Reims for goalkeeper Ewen Jaouen, of course, who will be joining the club on a €28.5 million deal, £24.6 million, and he'll be coming to the club, of course, from Reims in France. 20-year-old, 6'6", and could he possibly be our new number one? Who knows at the moment, because there's still a lot more business to do in this summer window, but it's nice to see that we have finally got our first signing of this window. We've seen many departures already in this window, with the likes of Trippier leaving, Emil Kraft leaving, Anthony Gordon recently just going to Barcelona as well. Nice to see as well that we reacquired Fabian Shaw for another season as well. If you've seen the update on the channel on the shorts, of course, for that, and you've seen how excited I was at that as well, because Fabs has been here for 9 years. So to get him back on the books for another year is absolutely brilliant. But this news today, coming from, of course, Foot Canal in France, coming out saying that we've signed the Reims goalkeeper Ewen Jaouen, of course, who is going to be joining the club when the transfer window opens on the 15th of June, 10 days time from now. And in 5 days from now, Newcastle will be releasing our home shirt as well. There's no front of shirt sponsor as of yet, but the club is working behind the scenes to try and get that deal done as quick as possible so that we can have a front of shirt sponsor, hopefully before the Premier League season starts, of course, when we, of course, go into the first game of the Premier League season on the 22nd of August. But the fixtures are released in 14 days time on the 19th of June, of course, for the brand new Premier League season. But this is massive news, getting this lad to join Newcastle United. 6'6" goalkeeper. He's going to be joined on a 4-year deal, and we did some brilliant business here because we've beat away the likes of Real Madrid, who were interested in him and were seeing him as a possible future replacement for Thibaut Courtois, and said that he's in sort of similar mould to Courtois as well, and we beat away quite a few other competitors as well, including 2 major teams in France for this lad. So that is huge, that we are doing this kind of business, and I can't wait to see, what this lad does for Newcastle United going forward. But this is only the first of many signings I expect to see in this window. And according to reports from Le Manche, I believe it is, sorry if I might have butchered that, but they're saying, that he is scheduled for medical and signing on Tuesday, according to reports coming out from Magpie Media, who's tweeting what they've said by Mark Mature, who has about 15k followers on Twitter, so can be trusted a little bit there, I believe, with that. And looking at some of the other deals that we are doing as well, it looks like we're getting pretty close to a deal for Victor Munoz as well, the Osasuna winger, former Real Madrid, former Barcelona academy player as well. And that is a 35 million deal, according to reports going around. Quite a few different outlets, of course, reporting on that one. But the major outlet that is reporting on that one seems to be a guy that has, about 3 million followers. And when somebody's got that many followers, you've got to listen to what they say. Of course, so we'll wait and see on that one, see what happens on it. But Victor Munoz looks like he could be another one coming to Newcastle United this summer. And then, of course, there is Zadok Johanna as well from AIK football in Sweden, of course, where Newcastle have put in a €25 million bid, and it looks like we are the front runners on that one, and he is being rated as the next Neymar player. So I've seen footage of this lad. He looks really, really good. and I've seen footage of the other two guys as well mentioned, Victor Munoz and Ewen as well, and they all look like really, really good players. Zuduk, Johan, of course, wonder kid on Football Manager. Victor Munoz, wonder kid on Football Manager, and Ewen, I believe is also wonder kid on Football Manager. So we all going down that route where they're all looking for, the next big thing instead of looking for what is the current market of players. We are looking for the future superstars, which is the way to go, because then you don't have to pay a premium, for the players that are currently the future players right now. So looking at, it's just one of those things where we're finally seeing the deals coming in, and we're seeing the likes of Aaron Ramsdale, John Ruddy leaving the club. Mark Gillespie, is being retained by the club as well, which is nice to see. And other players that have left the club, we've seen the likes of academy goalkeeper Max Thompson also leaving the club, along with a bunch of other academy players as well, the likes of Alfie Harrison, Kieran Thompson, Joe Brayson, but on the bright side, we have seen the club trigger quite a few contract extensions for some bright sparks, like Dylan Charlton and Luke Craigs at the academy transition into a higher profile of international recruitment. It's about now, like I said, looking at that younger demographic of player, and that's what Ross Wilson's doing, Suds is doing, the whole transfer recruitment team are doing. They're looking at bringing in that younger demographic of player to bring down the age of the squad, because we were the fourth oldest team in the Premier League in age last season, and that is not good. There was only about 15 minutes given to youth players last season as well, which isn't good. So we need to be seeing a lot more push of the youth in Newcastle United's academy, because we've got some absolutely amazing players coming through at the academy. We need to be pushing them into the first team and getting them in there and giving them a chance. And hopefully that's something we'll see, Eddie Howe do this season going forward. And as for, like I say, the front of shirt sponsor at the moment, there is no news on who that front of shirt sponsor is, but there has been some rumours going around that it could be a company called Whoop, who do, of course, fitness bands, these sort of things. Obviously, this isn't one of Whoop's, but these sort of like fitness bands, where, of course, they track loads of different heart rates, analytics, stuff like that, to make sure that you keep on top of your fitness, keep on top of your health. And it looks like it could possibly be somebody along the line of Whoop, according to a bit of investigative work from another NUFC YouTuber called The Noise, who, did a bit of a deep dive into it, and he managed to come out with that. So if that is the case, and it does turn out to be that, fair play to The Noise over on his YouTube channel, coming in with that deep dive on that. But we'll have to wait and see on who the front of shirt sponsor is, because there's quite a few different names thrown around as well, but Whoop seems to be a pretty good one so far. That seems to have a lot more credibility to it, considering that, there is a lot of links towards that company and Newcastle United, according to the deep dive by The Noise. You can go check out his YouTube channel on that video, see what he says about that. But it's now about, just bringing in that younger demographic player. This is the first signing. Let's hope for more, of course, and we'll want to try and see as many young talents coming into the club as possible. Whatever comes in, just to boost the team up, give us a better chance of competing and see a better performance than what we're seeing last season in the league, because it just wasn't good enough of a performance. But we'll go on from here, and let's see what happens in the rest of this summer window. Till next time, hit like, share, subscribe to the channel, and a question for you as well. Do you see Ewen Jaouen being the number one, or do you think it's still going to be Nicky Pope as number one, or do you think, you know, possibly there is another goalkeeper coming into the club? Because I think personally this is only one of probably two goalkeepers coming in this window, with the likes of Aaron Ramsdale leaving and John Ruddy leaving. I think we will see probably another goalkeeper coming in this window. So let us know what you think down in the comments below. Till next time, bye the lads.